Mrs. Rivera was only in her second year of teaching. She still decorated her classroom with bright colors, still called her students scholars, still believed she could change lives. But one student, Deshaun Miller, 11 years old, was testing every ounce of that belief. He showed up every day on time, but never with a backpack, never took notes, never asked questions, just sat in the back, eyes half closed, hoodie up. When she asked him about homework, he'd say, didn't get it, or didn't feel like it, or sometimes just don't matter. Other teachers had given up. He's lazy. He doesn't care. One of those kids who'll never go far. Mrs. Rivera didn't believe that, but she was running out of reasons not to. Then one Monday, something changed. During reading time, Deshaun fell asleep at his desk again. Rivera gently nudged him awake. He jerked up, breathing fast, eyes wild. She pulled him aside after class. Is everything okay? He looked past her. Why do you care? I'm your teacher. That don't mean nothing. She paused. Where's your backpack, Deshaun? He shrugged. Don't need one. Not planning to stay. Then walked out the door. That stuck with her. Not planning to stay? What did that even mean? So that afternoon, Rivera waited in her car until he left school, then followed, slowly, carefully, 2 blocks behind. He didn't go to a house, didn't go to an apartment. He cut through a field, slipped behind a scrapyard, walked up to a rusted school bus with vines creeping up the side, pulled out a key, and opened the door. Rivera parked, got out, moved closer, peered through a broken window, and what she saw made her knees go weak. Inside, there was no furniture, just old coats on the floor, a cracked lantern, 2 cereal boxes, and a little girl, maybe 5, curled under a blanket, holding a stuffed animal. Deshaun knelt beside her, took off his hoodie, and wrapped it around her shoulders, then opened a granola bar and split it in half. Rivera covered her mouth, tried not to make a sound, because now she understood. He wasn't a slacker. He was a provider. That night, Mrs. Rivera couldn't stop seeing it. The coat, the cracked lantern, the way Deshaun broke a granola bar in half and smiled like everything was fine. She stayed up rereading school policies, digging into shelter lists, even calling an old friend who worked with CPS. Then she made a decision. The next morning, Deshaun came in late, same as always, but on his desk was a brand new backpack. Nothing flashy, just sturdy, clean, and zipped tight. He looked around, confused, then opened it. Inside, a notebook, 2 pencils, a pack of socks, and a note that simply said, in case you decide to stay. Mrs. R. He didn't say anything, just put it under his desk. But for the first time in months, he stayed awake. That afternoon, Rivera walked into the principal's office with a printed photo from a decade ago. A yellow school bus with graffiti on the windows and a rusted roof. This is where one of our students sleeps, she said, and his 5-year-old sister. The principal blinked. What? Rivera nodded. I know we can't fix everything, but we can't pretend we don't know. Within 48 hours, a mobile crisis unit was sent to the site. Deshaun and his sister were moved to a shelter. The school board approved an emergency grant, and a local church donated enough funds to cover food, winter clothes, and transportation for 6 months. Rivera helped them move. Held the sister's hand as she picked out a new stuffed bear. Watched Deshaun pack his things, 1 hoodie, 2 books, a photo of their mom. Before he left, he walked up to Rivera and said, you really didn't have to. She smiled. That's the thing, Deshaun. We always had to. We just didn't look hard enough. Months later, Deshaun started bringing a binder to school, started answering questions out loud, started joking with other kids. And one day during silent reading, he wrote a short story about a bus and a boy who used to think no one saw him, until someone did. At the end of the year, he gave a speech at the school awards ceremony. He didn't win valedictorian, didn't even win most improved, but he got the loudest applause. He held up the backpack Rivera gave him and said, sometimes the thing that saves your life doesn't look like a rescue. It looks like a pencil, a sock, or a person who refuses to walk past you. Thank you for watching. If you want to get more of that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.